Hi, hello, welcome to the Consularship brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for an open reading. We have the energy already, so we'll also continue to clarify with these, and these will be shuffled. We're using the This Might Hurt Tarot by Isabella Rotman, and we are using La Vida Sibila Diario Aracoro by Los Carabello for the clarifier. If you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you for your continued support. Go ahead and smash that like button. It's an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me to do so. I'm getting some kind of weird energy. I came off another reading. That's why the deck is already ready. It cut itself. It really actually returned to its state, but with energy. There's a read here, a readout. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to grab some tea. So we have Il Caro, Morte, Sette Denari, Casa di Bestioni, Dieci di Bestioni, the Ten of Wands. It's as if someone's digging a hole for us, or we're overwhelmed, overloaded, or we're making a lot of karmic causes that are going to shift. We either need to make a change with this death card here. Some seeds have been planted, though, and it can be another energy, which would mean that they may be trying to trigger some kind of generational karmic curse. That's for those who are culturally aware. There could be intentions, a plan, a strategy that's going to trigger some energy already on us, something already going on in our life. And it can be them launching something. This energy, this oppositional. A 357 of any suit, nine of the swords, devil or the devil, the two of pentacles, or the hangman. Could queen or knight of any suit can talk about another person, and especially when it's over here. And so we have the Seven of Pentacles with the Master Sevens, the Chariot. That literally means someone's going to launch an attack. Now, it doesn't need to be someone, it's an energy, entity, ideology, a person, place, or thing. It can just mean some kind of energy is going to start to move forward. But the way that the directionality works, meaning it's looking over towards the left, meaning into the past, it's as if it laid something in rest already. This energy has already done something. So we probably are going to come out from underneath something that we've been dealing with for a long time. I think there's going to be a transition in karmic causes, and that's I don't like the Seven of Pentacles with the Ten of Wands in this deck. The way this energy is working, it means that it can be some kind of strategy. It could also be a root. It could be some type of hole is being done. It could mean a hole is being dug, or it could mean some kind of generational curse. I would love it to be very secular, which means that there's some strategy and agenda, and that we are kind of burdened because we're erecting some kind of foundation and we have a little bit too much on our plate. With the Chariot and the Death card, give a completely different. It modifies their meaning too much. But this is the throne of judgment according to the ancestors, and then we have this fortitude that's needed. So, I mean, ultimately, we're coming out from something that was been done to us for a while. So, this is unpleasant. However, it's on its way out, it's about to end. The first bits of this energy have already touched us in a way. Also, in the next week, there's going to start to be some kind of transition or change. maybe even a very successful ending with the Chariot and the Death card here. We have the Strength, the Emperor, the Page of Cups, and the Star card. High Priestess, Four of Cups, King of Wands, Empress. So the Page of Cups, Four of Cups can talk about feeling detached or feeling rejected. It's also reporting to the throne for some type of assessment here. And what we're assessing is, okay, so we have two thrones of judgment here. What we're assessing is our bigger, brighter, and better days. Is a calling on our life, a destiny, a calling in our life and on our life. And then we're also a Sphinx priestess, high priestess in the strength card. Some kind of primordial keeper of the gate, of the flame, of a mystery, of we might even be a doorkeeper. There was massive action taken in the past that got us in this sunken place. There was a lot of karma, maybe generationally. It doesn't have to be from this life. And it can also be inherited. With the Four of Cups, Page of Cups, it can be inherited. That talks about a lineage. I just heard patrilineage though, but then why would the mother come out Empress? So we have two thrones of judgment, and then we have the judgment card itself. So this is getting juicy right quick. Okay, okay. And I'm hearing a tear. Knock them down, roll them around. Come on, team, let's go. Knock them down, roll them around. Come on, team, let's go. So that's the ancestors, mainly the male ancestors, the Ade, the Rudra, the Egungun. That's the ancestors. Come on, team, let's go. That's the ancestors. Let's see. Empress, Four of Cups is kind of like a throne. The fours are thrones, and then other cards in combination can be a throne. We have the Chariot plus the Death that equals 13. We have the Empress plus the Star that equals. Chariot plus the Death that equals 20. Empress plus the Star that equals 20. So this is the throne of blissful or eternal beings, and this is the throne of the sovereign. And then the sovereign comes. Yeah. Okay. Somebody could have their moon in Leo. Somebody could have their Jupiter in Leo, Six of Wands in the Strength card, High Priestess in the Strength card, Moon in Leo. Somebody could have their Sun in Cancer or be a Cancer midheaven, which would make them a Libra rising. That makes a lot of sense. King of Cups, Chariot card, Sun in Cancer. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So something's being worked out. We're probably working through something. We're probably also getting a little bit of angelic assistance. It would be from the Metatron with the Judgment. So the presence of God is in our life because we're highly blessed, favored, chosen, and anointed. Empress with the Star card. We're supposed to be some kind of bigger, brighter, better, blissful being. We're supposed to empower. And we have some sacred chosen spot, Six of Wands here. There's a transformation coming because we are coming out of this. We're moving and being initiated through this time when we had to learn about our power. We had to learn about our lineage. We also had to learn about our craft work as a practitioner, perhaps as an actual indigenous practitioner, or just as like the craft, another word for that, witchcraft. But it's a woman in total control of herself, witch, a woman of wise wisdom. And it doesn't always mean female bodied. It could mean that we're pulling from our creative energy, that we're pulling from our source energy, that we're pulling from the part of us where the soul reflects the subconscious, the depths of our primordial existence. We have a double king here. Some type of alliance. We were in dire straits once upon a time. Some kind of intimacy or promise was seized upon or violated. And yeah, I just went to a timeline where there was something bad going on. There was a place of intimacy where there should have been protection and trust. It could have been from a family member, and something really bad went down. It doesn't always mean like a physical thing. It could have been a spiritual interference, destiny swapping, gift stealing, hatred from somebody that should have been there to make the next generation better. So they started to compete or go to war with that younger generation. I'm going to leave that right where I said it. So we are coming out of something, and basically, even though there's all this other stuff, what that cycle was for was to teach us about who we are, what we're about. We are a Sphinx priestess, and we are high ranking, a sovereign. We probably have some bloodline that traces back to the pharaonic. We're an empress by blood. The judgment card's talking to me about that. When you see the strength in the emperor, it usually talks about being related to the pharaoh, especially confirmation that the judgment card comes down in the king of wands. We have all of it, every single bit of it. And then the star is born, empress with the star card. All we're waiting for is the sun. We have the six of wands, so it might as well be, which means a name that is well known in the history books has been reborn, reincarnated. Your eternal incarnations is the judgment card. So this is powerful here. So we had to learn our soul origins. That's what happened. And that's starting to anchor into the physical. It's starting to create some transformations here. We might have been left in a sunken place, some kind of apathy, some kind of crestfallen, or some kind of shock. Things weren't really moving, progressing, or we needed to reorder, reconstruct our foundation. We might have also had a gift that we weren't really moving towards working with. And that's going to shift as well. The Emperor and the Empress is out. But I'm getting rulers of a nation because they're both knighting the Seven of Pentacles here. So there was some hidden, it wasn't safe in the kingdom. And when they show out, then there's going to be a transformation. It's obviously in the rearview mirror, they appear closer than they are. Something isn't as it seems. There's some things going on, sleight of hand for protection purposes. Now we have a Leo midheaven, which means Scorpio rising. We also have a Leo sun. Now, with the Leo sun, Jupiter would be relatively important. I just had something here. With the Leo sun, Jupiter would be important. If somebody has sun conjunct Jupiter, which is powerful, especially in Leo, um, or they have Jupiter in the 10th house of Leo as a Scorpio rising. Hidden rulership. that it can't be used or exposed right now. It needs to be something is going on with it. There may be some kind of threat to it. Somebody here is a secret ruler, and they have a lineage that needs to be hidden until everything is ready to go. And there's already couple few beings around that are really striving, shucking and jiving, trying to do something. There's also this matter of love coming in soon. We have Pisces rising with the moon and the Knight of Cups. This contestation here with the Five of Wands. Somebody could have their Saturn and Leo. Three of Wands, Hangman, Queen of Pentacles. So we were endowed with some material blessing. We are a golden goose. We may be the incarnation of a queen from a previous lifetime, an empress. It was a pharaohess, a pharaonic queen. And this lineage is going to equate to something in this lifetime. However, there was usurping or destiny blocking, stealing, suppressing earlier in life. It's coming undone. It probably mostly has. However, somebody else can have their moon in Cancer. However, before we share this with the world, before we, shout this from the rooftops, we need to get a couple few more things in order. It's burdensome. Everything needs to be built in advance. 10 of Wands. It can't be announced before it's time. There's also a lot of obstacles, but they're not oppressive. It's more tedious and meticulous. Now, there is still what I was saying in the beginning, this generational curse and some kind of intention to weave into this generational curse. But I also think the burden of our bloodline has fallen on us, and we need to, the spirits don't care if it's difficult or not. We need to bow down to the legacy on our life because the blessings that come with that are more than we can fathom, High Priestess. We don't know right now. So we might have had other plans for ourselves, but now that this thing has popped into our lap, who we are in terms of our destiny, it's a dynasty. It's something very old and very well built and very well kept, which is why nothing can be revealed until it's time, because um, when this thing does get exposed, there's going to be a lot to do, a lot to take care of. And remember, I said, Mercante, we need all of our ducks in a row. We need all of our ducks in a row before we kind of um, start taking on subjects, people that we rule. Because we need to be in this benevolent space. And right now, we're kind of doing something for ourselves. We need to return, maybe go home, or maybe come back to this path that we should be on. That hasn't gone anywhere, but it would appear that we're doing other things. We're going after passions. So I think we need to give ourselves a couple few more months, and then we need to return to the path. Is what I'm getting. Okay, so we have just this pair of kings. That's the only. So there was interference early in life, and it was done in the spiritual world. I'm under the impression they think they got it done because they were given a message of success. But the thing is, they don't realize that they're running straight into a burning tower. They yoked themselves to us or made some kind of offering, and they're going to get caught up. If it's up, then it's stuck. This is not something that can be undone. When everything gets said and done in the very end, they'll understand. But it's not something that could have been discerned before because it's a cause that was a seed that was planted, an effect that it was a cause that was enacted that the effects couldn't have been anticipated because it wasn't in the shape or the form or the vibration or the energy or the frequency. So by the time that cause became an effect later on, it had morphed completely. Basically like a caterpillar will become a butterfly. You can't really tell what it was going to look like until much, much later when it had changed its whole composition. So that whoever yoked themselves to us, a female something, they're running into the flame and they're surrounded on both sides by the flame too. There's no way out. What's this Jupiter and Leo energy that I'm getting? Jupiter in the fifth house. It's a sovereign. Sovereign. What's this sovereign energy that I'm getting? Please tell me. Yeah, this is the grace and ennoblement chamber. Here it's called Kaza. Yeah, so the ancestors are really talking and they've already decided when the message is going to get dispatched. They're trying to get us out of we need to change tactics and we know it. Because I feel like we're doing something with our life that's not 100% our path. So this is a message for those who are Pisces rising, Mars in Pisces. It could be um, Jupiter in Leo, Jupiter in the fifth house. You might have Saturn in Leo, especially like in the 10th house. You could have Moon in Cancer, Moon in the first house, Moon in the Moon in the first house, Moon in the seventh. You could also have Mars in the first house if it's in Capricorn, Moon in the seventh house if it's in Cancer. This message is for you. Now, some of us are going to have Sun in the 10th house, definitely Sun in the 10th house, definitely Jupiter in the 10th house. King, Queen. Now, that Sun in the 10th house will be a Cancer rising. That Jupiter in the 10th house will be a Scorpio rising. This is specific message to specific people. A couple few months from now, we're going to get elevated, exalted in ways that we cannot yet fathom, okay? Right now, we're kind of delirium because we need to put to bed something that we don't want to. We're working on something that we really have a lot of love for. And it's going to hurt to put it down because it's some kind of dream, hope, wish, aspiration. But what we'll get in return is far greater. I don't want to say better, but far greater. And it's really well refined. It's going to refine us in a way. So we might need to level up. That's why we're being allowed extra time. Because I'm hearing the song, Tell Me what you thinking about when you got me waiting patiently. Because usually I don't have to wait for nobody. Um, The ancestors are saying that we're not petty yeti, we're not low vibrational, we're not the scrubs out there on the spiritual streets. We're exalted, we're esteemed, we're genteel with our spiritual lineage. When we say our name and up in the spiritual world, people know what's up. You doing the most, child. We don't have to wait for nobody. People come and wait for us. So we're being given a lot of grace, and it's because we're learning a couple few things, and we're yeah. Something is very precious. They're giving us a moment to refine our sensibilities. Also, we need a little bit of more time for secrecy. Not everything is ready, and part of the not everything is ready is us. There's a definite transformation coming, and we are not 100% aware of how we feel about it. And there's also something that we're working on that's gonna not give us everything because we can't put all into it that we want to because something else is calling. We have a duty to the bloodline, and it's not. It's like a royal that needs to rule instead of live as a commoner and be in love. We need to rule. Our spouse is chosen for us. Our kingdom is waiting. We have subjects. We need to d- enact this divine right of kings. That's what I'm getting here. This was a reading about a calling in our life that's pretty great and monumental. It's pharaonic in its nature, so it's some type of crown from a previous lifetime. We're being given a couple few more months to work on ourselves because we're being allowed moments to refine ourselves. But towards the end of the year, Scorpio season mainly, we're going to be called and it's irrevocable. Number one, we can't go back. Number two, it's non negotiable. We can't, there's no loophole. That's really what this is. Being called home, but it's to the throne. It's been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the ability to do so, the pleasure to do so. Listen, a quick prayer for all those still lost out there to illusion, delusion, confusion, lost to the seeds of time, trapped somewhere in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the resplendent grace of the divine and unconditional love and universal oneness. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I pray that your steps are ordered, your path illuminated, and that you find peace and salvation and redemption in this life. May you be whole, may you be happy, may you be at peace, may you receive everything you ever wanted, starting with what you deserve. Until we meet again, namaste, dandava, and ashe. Sayonara, las vidania, avida, take good care. Bye bye.